Okay, I hope everyone is back and ready to go. So, as I was mentioning just a moment ago, I'd like to introduce the Representative Director and Group Co-CEO of Usabase Incorporated. He's also the Co-Chief Executive Officer at NewsPicks Incorporated, Mr. Yusuke Inagaki. 皆様大きな拍手でお迎えください. Mr. Inagaki, please come onto the stage.
Thank you. My name is Yusuke Inaki, Usabase representative in Kansai Startup Festival. So startup and startup scene related people, to all those people, the challenges of startup, I would like to talk of the system or the positioning or stance for the startup challenges. And like I had chances to get on stage, but there's no reaction for all these years when I have these lecturing. And I'm happy that everybody could react at me because it's not online, different from these couple of years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And first of all, let me introduce myself. And so I used to work in Abim Consulting. That was my first company I worked for. It's in engineering. So I am like engineer-based background, managing top management. And I co-founded with my members, and that is the co-founding and co-management is one of the feature. I married from a wife from Kansai, and I had lesser opportunities come over here, but I have more opportunities come, and I'm always pretty much often coming, showing up in the izakaya, the Japanese pub, and I'm expect to talk with you in such izakaya. And first of all, Usabase. Let me explain about my company. 2008, we founded, and as I mentioned, 3 members we co-founded. And I'm 40 years old now, but I was 26 years old. And Umeda, Mr. Umeda, and Mr. Nino, he's like the, and there was from nothing, from the scratch, from one room from the flat I started working on. And next is the image, is the first very time, the founding plan. And there was nothing. We had nothing. And it was such a dream story that we were talking about. But this 10 years anniversary, we now achieved the sales of 10 billion yen scale market we were able to achieve. And we want to contribute the market, and we are now working on. Nobody could stop us. Currently, the latest status of the company, and as a word, like purpose, like everybody could enjoy the business in everybody in the world could enjoy the business with the economic information power. And as a company scale, I have about 1,000 employees, and the comprehensive, or there is a desktop searcher and economic search or smartphone search, like when you're transporting and seeing the news and this economics. In such areas, this product is needed. That's why we are multi-deploying. So we are doing 9 businesses in our company scale. That's sort of rare. And this economy characteristics, like the global company, we can never ignore such global companies like Toyota and many companies. We provided services, and we can never ignore the global companies. And our perspective was always global. And the service provision countries, like 16 countries, and office hubs, 4 hubs, we provide services. And we had these 2021, the official settlement was done. And as a dream story, 10 billion yen in 2009. 2019, we were able to exceed it, and 3 years old. And it's like 12 billion yen could be our target right now. It's on the disclosure basis, but we could see this is our target right now. So we are still in a journey of challenging for achieving what we're looking for. There are various troubles and difficulties that we faced, but we were able to proceed one step by step. We are pretty much proud of it. And why were we able to go over those bottlenecks? I would like to share. And first of all, the background of the foundation, we first did the fundamental and the 3C analysis, like Toyota, for example, like Nissan competitors, including Nissan, and for the future growth, how expectation and forecast, not only limited to Japan, but China, the United States, various information is required. We want to make a world that you can, in an instant, find and search such information you need. There was no product available at that time. People do the Google and go to the national diet libraries or papers, or you are just hand print typing. And the consulting firm and investment banks members takes 3 days no sleep at all. You had to, in order to comprehensively report what the customer needs. And as an associate, they were working. I wanted to change this world more efficient. That is why we decided to found our business. And Umeda and I is the high school classmates. And Umeda-san came here, there's a pain point here. He consulted me. How do you feel? The Googles and iPhone was launched around that timing. And the B2B system, why the evolution is so slow? And as an engineer, so the ER, I was making B2B services and ER engineers. And it was very difficult to make something good. And research, I did the large data system development, it's about 160,000 manpower was required per month. And 2 years in the IT world with a very rapid speed, I wanted to work on various technology. And I thought this was pretty difficult to resolve, not like the SaaS model instead of delivery model, and provide a product and select all the new technology, and always like SaaS that could always provide new technology. What we thought was different, but there was some common point, so we decided to co-found together. That was the starting point. And at this point, the economic information platform, this was a breakthrough, and the user experience and engineering always working together. That was made it real. Together, collaborating, the user and engineer working together. That is why we were able to provide good things, because usually we lack one part, user or engineer, when people found it. And from that time on, we would like to move on, and we were discussing, and after all, what was our superiority in the competitive landscape? And at that time, the sales and planning, strategics, and engineering, and those, the global talents, if you're expanding to the global, and also we want to have those females to be our user too, not only limited to male, and to provide such service, just not like it's not like a superhero doing everything. Rather, various people with superpowers could provide, and me making a great strong team. But that's what we decided, and the word this team management. So win as a team. That was what, based on always our discussion with my colleagues. And this is some funny stories that we had at that time. So we cannot win. We can never be a superhero. But if we work together using our superpowers, each of superpowers, maybe we can make a miracle. Let's make work on. And so,
sorry, the slide. This is the wrong slide. Well, we encountered many difficulties, and creating a team with people coming from diverse backgrounds with different talents, that was very difficult. But in my previous job at a consulting firm, we were actually a group of similar people, so it was much easier. But with this team, people from such different backgrounds getting together was really difficult. And also, setting up a company is about going beyond your comfort zone, very close to the panic zone. So without money, you have to bring people, and you have to create things. Very contradictory, very difficult, and very frustrated at times. We fight it against each other at times. So Umeda and myself have been friends since high school. So business partner and high school friends, that is completely different. So when you start up a company, so starting from a friend to become a business partner is really tough. Because sometimes we can really be frustrated. Seeing the other just having lunch may frustrate you so at times. And Nino is actually Umeda's friend, and I actually met him for the first time. And very passionate and can tell very rich stories. But I'm an engineer with 0 or 1, so I don't understand what Nino is saying, so difficult in communication. So I actually continue fighting with Nino for many years. And my engineer team, they actually came to us because they trusted me. But 3 of us fighting all the time, and really the engineers were frustrated as well. And going into the market and selling our service is really what we need to do. SPIDA and NewsPicks, when we create a product, we need a phase where somebody uses our product. So with that feedback from the society, we actually had this inward-looking momentum. And the mindset is very inward-looking. And Lehman Shock has been a very symbolic event. The moment we established our company, we were hit by the Lehman Shock. But we started our business, we could no longer stop, and less customers, so always anxious, worried about our business. And one of our affiliate companies, they asked us to partner with us, and actually they made a down payment of 2 million yen. And they were actually asking us to wait for the final payment. But in the end, they said, oh, sorry, we cannot sign a contract with you. But it's their decision, nothing that we can say. But they said that they would not pay the down payment. So we actually went into a legal lawsuit. And really, that was tough. Of course, if we sued, we may be able to win, but we had no money and time for that. We would go bankrupt, so we just had to give up. So those struggles we experienced, those difficulties. And 1 year or 2 years for development, there's a phase where you have to go like deep underground. And then you're not making any money at that time. So even though you're on plan, you're not making money. So really, that's a struggle as well. And some members left. So the engineers who came with me said that he wanted to leave because he's getting married. And when I went to his father, he said that he cannot actually. His father said that his wife was not happy about having his daughter marry someone who's not getting a decent job. So now we have employees who are proud of our company, and I really feel happy about that. So I really feel happy that our employees are now proud of our business. But we were in a very negative spiral back then. I did not know how to get out of that situation. So people around us were also worried about us, and they recommended us to close the company. So there was this internal conflict all the time, very, very difficult. So after a year of development, we came to deliver our product, and things started to change. We had continued the dialogue, so mutual understanding has been developed. So in order to get through the struggle, we always need to have dialogue and also grow. So Umeda and myself had a very big fight. We didn't talk to each other for 2 weeks like a kid. But actually, we came to understand and respect each other after 2 weeks. And Nino, in the development phase, he's not good at that. And I was always angry with him. But Nino, actually, he was very good when we went into the sales phase. So Speeda, after the launch, it's been growing. And since its launch, it has been continuously growing. So product market fit was perfect, and also his sales skill was really, really great. So in the phase where sales capability becomes important, he's doing great. Actually, when he goes for sales, he doesn't explain the product, but he explains the company. So he talks about the dream of the company and how he wants to contribute to the customer. So many customers became our fans. So they're waiting for us to develop new product or services. So Nino saved us some time for us to promote our development activities. So I really am thankful for him. So this cycle of development and then launch and then development again, we were able to create a very good cycle here. So different phases have different challenges. And different talents can benefit the most or exert their benefit the most in certain stages. So we need to respect each other. And through this process, we were able to be here where we are today. And the engineers also are now part of the team. So I agreed with Umeda that not all engineers need to come in at 9 o'clock in the morning. No core time. The engineers are allowed to work any time. We came to agree on that. And the engineer team actually pays a very good respect to Nino. So people and technology, we now have both of them. So two wheels. So our internal environment became better, and our sales improved, and many newspaper articles featured us. And our families and friends were always very happy when they see our articles. And I'm very happy that they are happy about our success. So again, a good cycle has been created. So being a team was a tough part in the beginning, and we struggled a lot. However, we were able to break through this because of the team power. So this is a picture we took when we actually went through the breakthrough. This was the first time that we saw this great smile on everybody's faces. So this power has become our culture. And this is now extended to the entire user base group. And Umeda and Nino has already retired, and myself and Sakuma is now serving as a co-CEO. Nino left in 2018, and Umeda left last year. But our sales has not declined. We have been continuing to grow. Because he's established a very good team, and the team is taking over what he has established. So team is really important for the development, and that is where the value of our company lies. So for the startup companies, you will always encounter organization issues. But if you can break through this, you can really grow your business. That is my message. And also another thing I can say from my perspective is that Nino left because of some illness, and Umeda actually said he wants to take responsibility of the failure in the global business. I actually wanted him to stay, but at different timings, the situation of the teams may change. So the team that you have now may not exist in the future. So I want you to value the team that you currently have, because it could change any time. That happens. So every moment, please value every moment. So it's a miracle that you have your team with you now, so that you won't regret in the future. So it's not that I regret, but yes, I actually wanted them to stay on. Of course, I cannot say that. I need to do my best with this team that I have now. But looking back, yes, I had great time with them. So I appreciate their support. And finally, Well, the word team may be used for your internal team, but I think it's about co-creation. And that leads to the trust relationship, I think. And it's not just about inside your company, but every company is supported by different stakeholders. So different stakeholders may have different incentives, but in order to create a happy world, I think this can serve very positive for the growth of the company. So the business partners, the clients, and the members, and the families, and the investors, we are supported by these stakeholders. So together with them, we want to serve as a team and co-create our business as a team. I think that's a very important perspective. And just one example I would like to share with you. I actually released this on the press yesterday. The SPIDA launch 4,000 public companies in Japan. That was where we started. And these 4,000 companies, because we didn't have money, we actually went to our company and said that we did not have the money. So actually, we asked the service to do the service for free. And Nomura Research Institute and other companies we visited, but actually they wouldn't listen to us. But there was one company who listened to us and decided to invest in us. Of course, they were criticized for that investment. They trusted us. And we were able to deliver this product, SPIDA. And as a result, we have been growing, continuously growing. So I was a 3-year contract with him, but actually we were able to return the investment to them. And that person is now explaining within the company and highlighting this as a success case. So initial investment can be of high risk, and it's not easy, I know. But by returning the investment, we can create a win-win situation. So co-creation, yes, we would like to pursue this as we move forward. And as a result, we are now able to create a 10 million company database. We are very proud of our service. And lastly, in this area of Kansai, we have been starting operation here since 3 years ago. It's not been easy. So Tokyo company suddenly coming here and without any track record. How can we start our business? That was actually the very difficult part. And Hankyu Hanshin Holding, Ishimura-san and Suzuki-san really helped us. They supported us, and we were able to build this trust relationship and build our business together with them. On West Ship event, we have been doing this for 3 years in a row. So on Real, we had about 1,000 participants, and second and the third year was online, 3,000 participants. So this actually made us come to a win-win situation once again. So this is another form of a team, I would say. So we will make the contribution, and we will get the investment from other players. So it's a co-creation. So we appreciate and we are very grateful for the support. And we would like to maintain this good relationship here in Kansai. And if Kansai people, they hope to go outside of this area, there may be things that we can do to help. We have the database, so we may be of help. And the initial investment, we would like to return this to you. So we would like to maintain this very good relationship.
Thank you very much for your attention. That's all from me.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so in just a moment, we'll be moving on to our next session, setting our sights on Osaka, Kansai, the hybrid mecca of academy and industry, and we'll be starting at 2:35 p.m. Japan time, which is in about another 6 minutes. So please be back in front of your screens or back in your seats by then. See you in a few moments.